The storm raged like an angry beast, tearing through the night sky over the Afghan mountains. The rotor blades of the U-60 Black Hawk screamed against the wind, shaking violently as it fought to stay steady. Inside, 6 elite soldiers sat strapped in, tense, silent, focused. Their mission was simple on paper: extract an intelligence operative trapped behind enemy lines. But as the helicopter banked hard over the valley, everything about the mission felt wrong. And sitting among them, her eyes calm despite the chaos, was Captain Elena Voss, a woman whose name carried weight among special ops circles. She was the type who never hesitated, never backed down, and never left a man behind. But tonight, she wasn't leading. She was the package, the one being transported out. And deep down, she knew this mission wasn't what it seemed. The pilot's voice crackled through the comms, approaching LZ Charlie. 2 minutes out, suddenly, a thunderous boom rocked the helicopter. A rocket-propelled grenade exploded near the tail, sending sparks and flames through the air. The cabin tilted, alarms blaring. Soldiers shouted over the noise, grabbing onto anything they could as the Black Hawk spiraled. Brace, brace, brace. They hit the side of a mountain hard, but miraculously, the pilot managed to level the bird just enough for a rough landing. The rotors slowed, smoke pouring out. They were stranded, deep in hostile territory, no support, no backup. "Everyone okay?" Sergeant Mills called out, coughing through the smoke. Elena checked her rifle, ignoring the blood dripping down her temple. "We're alive. That's enough for now." But the radio crackled again. The mission commander's cold voice came through: "Priority is extraction of the intel. You are compromised. Do not, repeat, do not engage. The intel, not the people." Elena's instinct screamed that something was off. She wasn't told what this intel was, but she had a feeling, a deep, gnawing feeling, that someone in their own ranks was using them as pawns. They set up perimeter defenses, waiting for secondary extraction. The enemy was closing in fast. Distant gunfire echoed off the cliffs. That's when she saw it, the metal case strapped under the co-pilot's seat. Small, black, marked with a red seal. She pried it open. Inside was no data drive, no maps. It was a detonator. "Son of a," she muttered. "They're planning to wipe us all." She looked at Mills. He was loyal, brave, but he'd follow orders without question. She couldn't tell him. Not yet. "Bird incoming," the pilot yelled. A second helicopter approached through the storm, supposedly their rescue. But as it hovered, the side door slid open, and men in the same uniforms aimed rifles straight at them. "Hold fire," Mills shouted, confused. A voice came through the comms, cold and sharp: "Captain Elena Voss, by order of command, you are relieved of duty. Surrender now." Elena froze. "What? You're being charged with treason. You compromised classified intel. Orders are to detain, or eliminate." The soldiers inside the Black Hawk stared at her, stunned. She could see it in their eyes, they didn't believe it. But orders were orders. Mills stepped forward, torn between duty and loyalty. "Cap, tell me this isn't true." She looked him dead in the eye. "You already know it's not." Gunfire erupted. Bullets shredded the metal walls as Elena rolled behind cover. "They're burning the evidence," she yelled. "We're all expendable." She made a choice, one that would change everything. She grabbed the detonator case, sprinted to the open ramp, and leapt into the storm. The soldiers screamed after her, watching her body disappear into the darkness below. The radio went silent. Seconds passed. Then, through the static, a single phrase came through their comms: steady, calm, and unmistakably hers. "Mission complete." The ground team froze. The words echoed through their headsets. The commander's voice never came back online. The second helicopter veered off course, spinning before crashing into the ridge in a burst of fire. When the team finally made it out 3 days later, half-starved and shaken, they were debriefed in total silence. No one mentioned Elena. Official reports claimed she died in action, due to friendly fire. But Mills couldn't accept that. Months later, while stationed at a remote base, he received a sealed envelope. Inside, a single photo. It showed Elena, alive, in a refugee village on the border, teaching children how to read. On the back, in her handwriting: "Greater than, they used us to hide their sins. I exposed them. Keep fighting for what's right, not what's ordered." Years passed. Her name became a whispered legend among the ranks, the ghost of the Black Hawk, the operative who saved her team by destroying her own command. But what no one knew was that the detonator she'd taken wasn't to destroy them, it was to wipe the enemy's database, revealing the truth about illegal operations buried deep in classified archives. Her mission complete wasn't suicide, it was justice. Mills retired eventually, but he never forgot her. Every time he heard the thundering of helicopter blades in the distance, he could almost hear her voice again, calm and defiant through the chaos.